Hey, hello. It's Monday again. I've already been here. Welcome to Medusa Whispering. My name is Joyce. And as I sip my wine at the end of the day, I just wanted to share something real quick with you that I had found last night when I just happened to be laying on the couch, also sipping wine and snapping photos for my friend Andrew Zabrun. Andrew Zabrun III is his channel. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to the ensemble that I am now a part of, graciously, gratefully, the Unguru platform, thanks to Michelle Gibson, who invited me in, and Miss Melanie, who accepted me, and now Buffy, who is in the process of onboarding me. We are a group of a common mindset, bringing different skills to the same theme, that being, don't waste your time with someone whose television is bigger than their bookcase. We are an irritating, irreverent group of truth seekers and truth tellers, whether it be historical searing or divination education or nutritional botanical education, or integrating harmony, magnetics, and vibration into everyday life as it should be. Music, art, education, politics that are not political, all that good stuff. Basically, an irreverent group of truth seekers and unstoppable truth tellers. I proudly let you know that I am grateful to be a part of the Unguru Ensemble. Let's go back to this first photo. So, something that I do when I'm relaxing or when I'm bored, you might go onto Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or one of those. I go to Google Earth, or I go to Google and I look at old maps, or I go to Google Earth and I zoom in on things and look for patterns that wouldn't occur naturally. Patterns that are clearly man-made. Sometimes I take photos of them and share them. Sometimes I make videos of them. All of these were sent to my good friend Andrew, who is in Pittsburgh right now. We might not be seeing his videos for a day or two because of that. But it's a good bunch of photos, and so I thought I'd do something with it. So this is just me sitting here with a glass of Chardonnay and talking about what I see and what I look for, and encouraging you to do the same. If you don't have Google Earth downloaded on your phone, do it. Get rid of one of your stupid social media apps and download Google Earth instead if it's a question of space, and really start looking at things. Illuminate it. So you know where this is, right? Here's Gibraltar. Here's Africa. What, my friends, is that? What is that? Now we know, don't mind me sipping. Now we know that the world's bodies of water have changed over time. Duh. That's a no-brainer. We know about the Straits of Gibraltar. We know about Homer. We know about Jason and the Argonauts. We know about all that. If you were a follower of the Hyperborean culture, then you also know that a good bit of what was North Africa is now at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Big colonnaded cities, temples are at the bottom of the Mediterranean. So I'm not going to do a lecture on Tartaria, Hyperborea, or the fact that the Moors established everything. I'm just going to show you some photos and ask you some questions. So this is underwater, obviously. It's Africa. That is Spain up there. Notice how the straits are blocked out intentionally. You can't see them. Isn't that interesting? All I'm asking you to do is look with an open mind at the things you see. That's all I'm asking you to do. These are screenshots from my phone because whenever I open up Google Earth on Zoom, Zoom goes crazy. I'm just gonna. Now, understanding that this could be alluvium. Okay. Still, does it look natural to you? Does that look organically natural? And, you know, I've talked to people and they're like, well, wow, what is this? This is like Land Rover tracks. Well, got to understand whenever you're looking at Google Earth, you're looking at pixelated stuff. So I don't know what this is, and I don't even know if we need to give it any mind, honestly. But it's certainly obvious to see when you get into a place that has been really pixelated or just completely blocked out. Now here, this is completely blocked out. The Straits of Gibraltar are not to be seen. They're not going to be seen. That in itself should be interesting to you. All I'm asking you to do is look for lines and angles that seem suspicious. Could they be simply flooded land? We know this is flooded land. We know the water table has changed. Could this be flooded land? Is this simply alluvium and flooded land? I don't know. You decide. Thank you, Michelle. Now this one, some of these I'm recycling. They were in the video that I did with Andrew a couple weeks ago, and that we are both really thrilled and honored that Blue Water shared our video on his channel. Assuming that Blue Water is a he, I don't know. This is one of those. This is a close-up of a larger screenshot that you'll see down the line, but this is off the coast of Rhode Island, outside of the shelf. Does that look natural to you? Do these look natural? What about this one? Does this look natural to you? And look at this straight line and a straight line. And look at this definitive triangle. And isn't this an interesting alignment? Clearly you've got alluvium there. Huh. In the Atlantic off the coast of Rhode Island, outside of the shelf. Taking into consideration that some of this stuff is pixelated, depending on the intelligence in my phone and bandwidth at the moment. I don't know about that, guys. You decide. Let me draw your attention to, I believe all of these photos have the coordinates. So if you're really interested in where this is and you want to look yourself, the coordinates should be there for you. This is another one from my video with Andrew. This is the Michigan side of Lake Michigan. And this green is just my finger doing the highlight thing. So it's off of Frankfurt in Michigan. Let's just look at what's there at the bottom of Lake Michigan. Huh. Those are some pretty definitive 90-degree angles, if you ask me. Interesting. Look up here. Well, I don't know. Is that a star point? There's another star. The bottom of Lake Michigan. All these 90-degree angles. What do you think? Because, you know, if you have seen the BitChute, I think I've seen it on BitChute, I don't know what else it is. Ether, the water that connects everything. And I can't remember the woman's name. But it's ether, the water that connects everything. She talks about how the Great Lakes region was once a Hyperborean fortress. If you believe such things, that directed energy weapons technology is as old as mankind. That the lakes, let's say the lakes have been helped along in their development. Very, very old maps. This part of the New World did not show lakes. It showed rivers, it did not show lakes. And that this part the lake here was all kind of helped along. So Michigan side, Wisconsin side. What do you think? Can you explain those lines? And I'm taking into consideration the fact that it's all pixelated to a certain extent. You know, they only want us to see certain things. I'm just throwing things to your attention and let you decide if you think you see. And I drew attention to that in the last one. That's so freaking obviously a star for me. That could actually be a part of the other one. And that could be a residual of the other side of the star. And that's just not that really lookable. Again, look down here for the coordinates. You want to pull it up yourself. I don't think that degree of 90-degree angle, that triangular shape is possible in the natural world. Why not? We're still in Lake Michigan. Where we are. Would you look at all of that? When I was on the call with Andrew, I told him I thought that this might have been an old port. Or some kind of old Bastion system. That could be a large point. This actually potentially could have been inside of it, right? The Antiquitech inside. It also looks like port. And again, you are not going to be able to tell me this is natural or that this dynamic is natural. But it's just my opinion. Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. Michigan side of Lake Michigan. Interesting. Natural to you? Certainly it is weathered. Natural. Oh. Huh. Interesting. So now this is a bigger shot of, you recognize that from earlier, right? This is a larger shot of that to give you relativity. So here's the shelf. And then here we're in deep water. So you see we're off Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire. Look at how much this is all pixelated, right? Isn't that interesting? You know, down here in Florida, you used to be able to see the pyramids off the coast of like Palm Beach. You can't see them anymore. You can see some deep indentations and things here, but the subtlety has all been removed. I guess they don't want us to see all the star forts that are out here. But out here, outside of the shelf in the deep water, wow. Goodness. Isn't it interesting? Okay, so now we're in Lake Superior. Again, this is another one from my video with Andrew, but I held on to the photos. So this is east of Thunder Bay in Lake Superior. What is that? What on earth is that? Does that look natural to you? And what about this? This. Boop. And another one there. How interesting is that? Here. Huh. And would you look at that perfect shape? What the heck? How in the world are these lines so straight? What's that? I mean, come on. Are we supposed to believe that there is no volcano off the coast of Wisconsin? No, what do you think? It's a pretty straight line there too. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, so this is outside of the shelf in the deep water of the Atlantic off the coast of Charleston. And again, look down here for your coordinates if you want to put this into Google Earth and see it yourself. What the heck is that straight line? Now, I got to say, the straight lines like that, sometimes you see straight lines traversing large areas. I don't know, I don't know what's involved in the technology of the drone equipment that takes this or any of the pixelating stuff. But there's just a straight line in the middle of the deep part of the Atlantic off the shelf. See, there's part of the shelf right there. Just questioning because that's what I do. Oh, isn't that interesting? Perfectly straight lines. Huh. Look at that's a triangle. Do you think those 5 points? There's another one there, another line there. Do you think these 5 points are all just natural? Might they indicate a harbor? Line. Oh, oh my goodness. Now, this is very interesting. We've got these incredibly deep crevasses here in the middle of this line. Incredibly deep crevasse. This is in the deep water of the Atlantic. What might that be? And I apologize, I've got the front door open and I'm 2 blocks from railroad tracks. Cheeks, my upstairs loft, so you probably hear that. I apologize. I'm so used to it. Anyway. Yeah. Huh. 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 Do, 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Side of the alluvium, Charleston. Huh. Now we're getting to stuff that I took last night when I was laying on the couch. Now we're just east of Orlando, my last home before I lived here in St. Augustine. We're off the shelf. This is the shelf. We're off the coast. Well, Orlando's not on the coast, but we're off of Orlando. And again, we've got this goofy line, but look at this. So I don't know. I mean, is this something in the technology of the drone that takes this photo, or what do you think that is? Because I don't know. I mean, is hanging with you. But this is the same. Is this a road of some sort, or? River? And then we've got a point right there. Could this have been an old waterfall here? With starports all around it, and the old waterfall. There. A lot of the coast of Florida, you know, is very pixelated and suspect because of Cocoa Beach and NASA, so that's not surprising. Now, this is out off east of me. I'm in St. Augustine. I'm on the coast, almost at the very top of Florida. Again, here's the coordinates. This is east of me in Jacksonville, outside of the shelf. So we're in deep water. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Does that look like a natural formation to you in deep ocean water? See those two? There are pyramids out here. There are pyramids and star forts all the way down to Key West and beyond. You just can't see it anymore. If you look at very old maps of America, there's all kinds of fortifications that were here. No Spanish nor the French were the first people here. So now we're down in the heavily pixelated region off on the coast. So actually, this is a little hinky. It should be at a different angle, but this is just off in the water off the Palm Coast, not Palm Coast, Palm Springs, West Palm. Just that. But this is so heavily pixelated because the pyramids are down here. Getting into what do you think all that is? Okay, now we've crossed the pond. This is Tenerife. Northeast of Tenerife. Off the west coast of Africa. What the heck? I see an octagon. Do you? There's the coordinates. If you want to look at that yourself. Now we're in the Mediterranean. This is Palma Mallorca. So we're between Tunisia and Spain. Huh? Say what? Say what? 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 Seriously, say it with me. What? Majorca. There's some more Majorca on the other side. Really? Huh? What? 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 Do you see all those straight lines? Look at that. And that. Look at this. What do you think? Nature made to you? Now we're down below Marseille. Huh? What? And what about that? I mean, this is enough right here. But what about that and that and that and that? That caught my eye. Far away. I don't know. What do you think? Boop, 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 boop. Off the coast of Marseille. Ain't it groovy? Gotta be careful though. Start hiding stuff if they get too many clicks looking at this stuff. That's what happened to the pyramids off of Palm Beach and off the coast of Mississippi. They hid them. It's like when you look at Antarctica or Hyperborea. That look natural. Still down south of Marseille. Let's look at all of it. There's enough of an angularity to catch my attention, that's for sure. There's something in. Oh, look, there's a point in the midst of it. Now, a million years ago, when I was in my 20s and in college, and it was at least a million years ago, I was here, archaeology student that I was here. Working in an archaeological site here, just south of Caesarea. So I've been here, I've been to Haifa. That we found Byzantine mosaics, steps, Byzantine mosaic steps that went down to the Mediterranean. I'm not sure what all that is, but man, that's pretty interesting. And look at how this is all pixelated. It's so obviously pixelated. I mean, Israel is one gigantic archaeological site. It really is. You see how blurred and pixelated it all is. It's pretty interesting. I would like to see what's hidden in the pixelation. I don't know. There's a lot of something there. A lot of something. And we know this has been a pretty significant place in the written history of the world. Oh no, that's some pretty deep stuff right there. And look at how that is deep. Straight line. You know, this looks a lot like some of the old shell beds that I found on the site that we were. They harvested different kinds of shellfish to make dye after their shells. Do you think that that is natural? At a harbor? At a point? And it's so freaking obvious. Look how freaking obvious the pixelation is. I mean, I understand the tidal basin. I understand that, but come on. Holy cow. Come on, guys. We're still going to find it. We're still going to find it. No, that's not natural, guys. That's not natural. What the heck is that, y'all? You see where we are in Norca, in the Mediterranean. If that isn't a Hyperborean Moorish city, I don't know how much more proof you need. I seriously don't know how much more proof you need. Perfect square. That in the middle. do, do, do. Maybe. Got something out here. We've got something right there. We've got lines here. Other. Circle. Do you see it? Do you see how this was a walled city? Like this was the high wall. This was like the port part, right? Like an inlet. See there? Some kind of fortification here. I don't know what that low spot is. Blasted when they blew up the Mediterranean. Blew up the Pillars of Hercules. So none of the star forts worked anymore. Changing the dynamic of all the star forts on the grid. The Mediterranean. And that's not that far from the pillars. That's Norca. That's not far from the pillars at all. But you see, that's something that you can see way out. I mean, not even high resolution, you can see that. It's kind of freakingly obvious. So freaking obvious. That was quite a bastion of energy. So that was that. That was just a quick one. I had those in a folder, and so I turned it into a little presentation for you. Thanking my girls at Unguru, Michelle, Melanie, and Buffy. I'm going to pour another glass of wine. This is Joyce at Medusa was Framed saying aloha. And if you haven't had your glass of wine yet, go get one. Aloha, friends. Thank you so much.